And this is our first time actually co-hosting. So I'm so
Can you
excited.
believe that? We're such good friends and we've never presented together.
Well, now is the opportunity. So yay. How does it get better?
Exactly. So, who's introducing who? I can't remember now.
I'm introducing you.
Okay, well then you got to go first.
I am. Sorry, I'm having one of those moments. So everyone bear with me. Not one of those moments, one of those days. But I'm really excited to be here with Candz and introduce my beautiful co-host. I mean, if this is your first time here, maybe pop in the comments if this is your first time. If not, you definitely know Candz by now. But just as a little reminder, so Candz was in the hairdressing industry for 22 years, which is incredible. And she worked her way up the top until she was, teaching groups and teaching teams and just as an absolute expert. And she was a salon owner for 11 years. But then, unfortunately, Candz had a back injury and then COVID hit. So she had the opportunity to change directions and relook at what she wanted to do with her life and her career. And lucky for us, Candz is here. So she sold her salon and became an access consciousness facilitator. You would have heard some of her work and just her way of being and her way of engaging and communicating is just so light. And this is the beautiful space that she also plays in. So 6 months later, our sacred gifting economy came into her life, and she realized that not only could all of her dreams come true, but she could finally be in a position to help other people too, and on a worldwide scale. Candz has a passion for self-development and loves to educate people who are willing to learn. And Candz has also been married to the most incredible man called Terry. They've been together for 12 years and living in the most beautiful part of South Africa, in my opinion, in the West. It is Western Cape. Now I'm doubting myself. Eastern Cape. Western Cape. It is Western Cape. Okay. In the Western Cape. So Candz, thank you so much for allowing us to play together. I'm really excited to be here with you.
Oh, me too. So Petra and I met through Angela. I think it was while we were in the precursor program. I actually can't remember, but we really became close when she came to visit with Angela to Cape Town, and we actually got to hang around with each other for a couple of days, which was awesome. And it's been so wonderful getting to know you and just your huge heart and your big passion for animals. I often am actually looking at Petra in absolute wonder because she's such a sensitive soul, yet she can go into the townships and rescue animals like without a blink of an eye. So I think that is a huge capacity, because I would probably be crying for 7 months after that. But Petra is also a keynote speaker and a published author, and also a life alignment coach, and has a marketing and events company that creates memorable and engaging campaigns and experiences. She's also the founder of Just One Thing 365 charity, and that aims to make a difference in the lives of humans, animals, and everybody, and our planet as well. So please join the tribe of do-gooders. Angela and her are always doing little videos that are very quirky and sweet, promoting just one thing. But the name actually comes from just doing one thing every single day for 365 days a year. So I ordered a hoodie. I must just remind you that I would still like it.
Okay. I'll send it with the carrier.
Then also Petra has an amazing husband called Craig, and they are also both actively involved in animal welfare together. And their fur kids are all rescued, and they're part of a foster program for animal shelters. And they are currently fostering their 6th dog since the beginning of lockdown. And they've also been married for 9 years and 8 months. And they both met on stage because they come from an acting background. So yeah, very, very lovely. Petra was also in the industry. She was a booker for models. So she knows loads of beautiful people, and beautiful on the outside and the inside as well. So it is such a pleasure to be here with you. And obviously for both of us, Gift of Legacy is very close to our hearts because of all the good that we wish to do and the change that we want to create in the world.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, just sharing the stage with you, the screen with you. You know, the thing is showing up with people that are authentic, that have a heart for others. You know, that's something that you can't fake. Or at least if you try fake it, you'll be caught out after a while. And Candz is one of those human beings that just has stood the test of time, has been consistent in authenticity and her stance in wanting to just create this beautiful platform for the community. So you're in good hands here, everyone. I'm so excited to invite you to relax and enjoy the next little while with us. Please know that there is no expectation on you at all. All that we do is invite you to keep an open mind, to think of the possibilities, to not sabotage yourself by overthinking and getting into your mind, but rather staying in the question and asking questions if you don't know the answers. So before you decide that you know what answers are, ask the person that invited you, and allow them to share this beautiful journey, which is Gift of Legacy, which is the most beautiful gifting activity that I have come across by far. So so welcome, and you'll know by now that this is by invitation only. So heaven forbid you came across this on social media somewhere, because we do not promote or condone that, because this is a community of like-minded and like-hearted people. So if you are here by special invitation, because someone acknowledged you, someone trusts you, someone wants to go on this journey with you. Oh, Candz, can we record
Oh,
this?
thank you, Krista. I always, when I'm presenting and Chris isn't here, I always need somebody to remind me to record, because he did tell me record and I completely forgot. So saving me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. Should I start again, or can we pick up from here?
Just a little.
Okay, cool. So we'll just rewind 30 seconds. So if you are here, then please just sit back and enjoy. There's no expectation of you at all. We just invite you to keep an open mind. So before you try and sabotage yourself by thinking, oh, I know this, I've heard this, you know, rather stay in the question of saying, well, what else is possible here? What could this create in my life? And then ask the questions from the person that invited you. Ask them. Tell them your questions, or ask them your questions, your concerns, whatever it is, as we invite you on this beautiful gifting activity, which is called Gift of Legacy. And you are here because someone cared about you and trusts you to go on this journey with them. So this is by invitation only. Just a quick disclaimer is that this presentation is for information sharing only and is not to be construed as financial advice. Neither Candz nor myself, nor Gift of Legacy are financial advisors. So we're just here to give you an example of what you can expect. Alrighty, I'm just changing my view. There we go. So what is this all about? Well, we're really talking about taking back our independence. Finally, for once and for all. You know that a new economic paradigm is replacing outdated traditional structures. We've seen it coming. It's all around us, and we are wanting to be in a community where sharing is caring, and we're uplifting everyone around us instead of just the 1% that is on a top tier of the government, of corporates, and we're wanting to share the wealth. And as Irvin Laszlo said, either we'll join together for an ecological civilization in the next few years, or we'll become extinct, because we are in an automated gifting economy that is arising globally. And we are here to thrive instead of survive. I'm definitely not here to survive. I've got far too much to do, far too many people and animals on the planet to impact. So as much money as I can receive, I can bless others with. So that's what I'm here for. Cool. So as a gifting activity, we are supported by a unique algorithm, an incredible algorithm that drives the sustainable movement of the gifts between individuals globally. So this is peer-to-peer between you and me across the world. And it's something that was a welcome secret to many of us. It was to me literally a year ago, just over a year ago. But it has changed the life of millions worldwide. So gifting is the most beautiful community. So let's talk gifting and what it's about. So who is it for? We'd like to believe that Gift of Legacy is for everyone. But as I said, if you're here by invitation only, it means that you are like-hearted and like-minded, which refers to someone that believes in the principle of sowing and reaping, that if you give, that you'll receive, and that you enjoy blessing others, whether it's someone you know or even someone that you don't know. That gifting comes naturally to you. Maybe you've done that since you were young, and gifting can look like many things, whether it's financial gifting or tangible gifts or your time, your compassion, cheering others on. So if that comes naturally to you, this is probably a good fit. And also that maybe it's time to take control of your own life. You've been helping so many others over the years, and now it's time to put your own oxygen mask on so that you can keep helping others, but uplift yourself as well. So if any of this resonates with you, let's talk about a global gifting activity. So what is this? So the exciting thing is that there are no limitations of borders, and we have members in over 107 countries and growing, which is incredible, especially considering that we only launched this new platform on the 10th of January. So we're uplifting communities and ourselves and really encouraging self-development. Because if you want to change your life, you've got to change your inside world first. And that's what we're here to do with you and support you along the journey. Cool. Sacred economics. So gifting has been used around the world for centuries. If you think of, centuries ago when you had tribes and communities that would all support each other, this is pretty much what it is, just on a digital platform. In modern culture, it traces back to the 1960s. 100% legal. It's just been off the mainstream for decades. And in Africa, we call it the Ubuntu culture, which is communities helping each other. So this is by the community for the community. We're giving hope, education, and abundance globally by blessing millions. And like I said earlier, it's about redistributing the wealth into the hands of many. There's no reason that the 1% in the world should be the ones that thrive, where all of us deserve that. So that's what we're creating here. To date, now listen to this. To date, more than $40 million US dollars have already been gifted among the GL members. So GL being Gift of Legacy, and that is since the 10th of January. So the growth has just been exponential, and so many people's lives are being touched and changing and transforming. So decentralized is what made me feel safe. I was very skeptical when I first heard about gifting in general, and I thought, oh no, here's something else that my friend has dragged me into. I'm going to have to put my money somewhere. Someone's going to run off with it. Someone else is going to make money off me. I'm going to have to bag my friends and sell them stuff. And this is not what I wanted to do. The beautiful thing about Gift of Legacy is that this is not a company, not an institution, not a broker or a trader, which means that you don't put money anywhere. It stays with you. So what is the platform about, this digital platform? All it is an interactive website that connects all of us to each other and that manages the boards. So all you need is a computer or smartphone and an internet connection so that we can stay in touch. And WhatsApp and Telegram are essential so we can communicate and let each other know the good news when it's time to gift. So peer-to-peer, as I mentioned, it's person to person. So it's between you and the person on the left of you and the person on the screen below. It's between all of us. Like we said, it's not an organization or institution. So your gift, 100% of your gift, goes to the person that the algorithm says, cool, this is who you're gifting, or this is who you're receiving from. So there's no third party controlling any money, and no tokens are held on the platform, which makes it 100% risk-free. So that was music to my ears. Perpetual is so much fun, which means, of course, it's ongoing, non-stop, and passive. So as long as you stay within the community, you can keep giving and receiving over and over and over again for generations to come, and in a sustainable way, which is really, really important. This also means that you can bequeath your profile to someone else. So your legacy of impact can continue even after you're no longer walking this planet. So how does it get better than that? That's really cool. So this is more than a gifting activity. I hope that you've had that sense already, and that we are here to help each other grow truly. We're here to change our lives and impact the lives of others while we support each other and uplift one another. So all we do is we give from the heart. We share the love with people that we care about and we trust. We guide our team, which Candz is going to go into. You become the legend and you build your legacy through a community with the same vision, and that we want to change lives. So I'm so excited. I'm excited to hand over to you, Candz, who's going to explain all of this and how it works so beautifully. So thank you.
Thank you so much. You always make me so proud of being part of this when I watch you, and even more so now that we are on the stage together.
Hey.
So we love to call it riding the boards of abundance. In fact, in my welcome message to gifters that I send, I always talk about the journey of riding the boards of abundance. And I'm going to go through these next slides a little bit slower than I normally do. And I'm also going to explain board splitting when we get to the slide number 3. So it just makes it easier. But in the meantime, I would just like you to focus on the yellow circle in the next few slides, because this will represent you on your journey. And what are we going to unpack? We're going to unpack the fact that you join the board and gift your legend just $100. You share gift of legacy with like-minded and like-hearted people who will in turn do the same. I had a lovely chat with a gentleman that came to deliver something for me here yesterday. And he was saying, okay, but who would I get? My brother and my sister. I said, yeah, you can get them, but make them person number 6 or 7 or 9 or 10. Don't make the first 2 people your family or your dog or your cat, because it is going to be very challenging. So get people that want to join this with you, that see the magic in it, and don't allow anybody else to join that doesn't feel that in their hearts, because they're going to be a thorn in your side more than actually contributing to the success of this beautiful platform. We're also going to take a look at your journey through our 4 boards, the silver, the bronze, the gold, and the platinum. And I'm also going to explain your role as a gifter, builder, guide, and legend. But the beautiful thing that I'm going to show you is that on your first cycle through all of the boards, you have the opportunity to receive $42,700. And on the perpetual cycle, which is one of the main reasons why it's not considered a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme or any of that, because we're constantly feeding the machine, you actually get to receive $49,700. And like Petra said, you can bequeath it and leave it in your will and just have that going over and over and over again. So let's get started. Put your safety belts on. So how do we start? Well, this is what a board looks like. And like I said, it's the only time you will ever take $100 out of your own pockets. It's purely peer-to-peer, like Petra said. One of the things that I love the most about it, because there's no monthly fee, there's no commissions, there's none of that. The 100% of the gifts all get sent directly to a legend, whoever that legend is on the board that you join. And we recommend using airtime, PayPal, World Remit, Revolut, bank transfers, and crypto. We had fantastic basic crypto training with Alan last night. If you haven't watched it, I really urge you to go and watch it, because it really just puts things into perspective in a very basic way. And then it helps you to just understand the language and the jargon. But if you are new, I would recommend going and downloading all of these apps in the meantime, because there's a little bit of a verification process that you have to go through, because it's money that's changing hands. And then at least you'll be all set up for gifting and receiving when you start with us. And remember, there is no middleman or third party involved ever. So if somebody is telling you to join this program and they're asking you for money up front, run a mile. Anybody that asks you for money up front, I wouldn't trust them at all. So this is your bronze board. You'll journey through 4 of these, but you start with $100. And as you go through each position, which I'll explain just now, you will eventually get to legend. And then you have the opportunity to receive 8 times more than what you gifted in the first place. And the beautiful thing is, gifting somebody is amazing. Getting gifts is incredible. And once you've been through the process once, you get more excited about giving gifts to somebody than you do about receiving them. So let's unpack this a little bit. This is what a board looks like. You've got your left hemisphere and you've got your right hemisphere. On each hemisphere, you've got 4 gifters, 2 builders, 4 builders, let me start again. On each hemisphere, you have 4 gifters. Then you've got 2 builders and 1 guide. There can only be 1 legend, and that's why everybody gets a turn. So let's just pretend that you've come in as gifter number 1. Your role as gifter number 1 is to get into the academy, make sure you've learned every single thing that you can. There is a wealth of information there. And then, of course, the YouTube channel. There is tons of information there. We have wonderful self-development. We've got trainings, everything that you need to know about Gift of Legacy and how to make it work for you. So that's the first job that you've got. Second job is when you join your board, you must have your gift ready, because immediately once you get on that board, in the same motion, you're going to click on the middle. The legends details will come up, email, telephone number. And in the board chat, sometimes they'll leave a personalized message as to what their preferred method of communication is. So I would get onto that board chat, say hello every single day. I remember the first gifting platform that I got into, one of the requirements was that we had to put a beautiful motivational post on a WhatsApp group every single day. So I would encourage you to do that on board chat, and let's really get the atmosphere going, because once everybody's on board chat, we don't necessarily need to use WhatsApp or Telegram. So it's a really centralized way of communicating. But you would jump on, get hold of your legend and say, hi, I'm Candz. I'm from South Africa. I would love to gift you $100. Please let me know where you're from and what your preferred method of receiving your gift is. The legend will get back to you and say, oh my goodness, thank you so much for contributing to my dreams. They'll give you their information, and then you can arrange the gift. So it's really important that you do that within 3 days. Otherwise, your account will actually be disabled, and you'll just have to get hold of support so that we can re-enable it for you. But the reason is, once you've clicked join, in the same motion, you're getting hold of the legend and you're sorting out that gift straight away. No need to wait. What's the point? The longer you wait, the longer you're going to wait to get to legend. Then what will happen is gifter number 2 will come in, gifter number 3, and gifter number 4. Now, at this point, what I would say is there's $400 that the legends got now. Instead of keeping it and waiting until you've got all 8 gifts, you can actually fast track and you can join the silver board at this point in time, because you've got the 4 gifts. As a legend, you would have already had your 2 people, so you can qualify to fast track, and then you'll be able to get onto silver before you've even completed bronze, which is fantastic. But everybody that is a legend will always receive 8 gifts before they can move on to the next round. So with the board splitting, there's a bit of confusion. People don't understand that the boards will split and they think the legend's only going to get half. The legend will never leave a board that is not closed. So if you look at this board is not closed because we're still waiting for 4 gifters on the other side. So what will happen will be that this legend will get the rest of their gifts, and they will receive $800 in gifts. The 2 hemispheres will split. The guides on either side will become the legend. The builders will become the guides, and the gifters will now become the builders. And you will land up in builder position number 1. And ideally, this is when you are going to do exactly what we talk about when we say a builder. That is when you start building your community. So ideally, you'd want to get your gifter 1 and 2 slots in so that you can all travel together. And it's a really great way of strategizing and making sure that you are traveling with people. But again, it's a global community. So we are going to split up with the people we bring in at one point, because the hemispheres always split. And I'll show you in a second why that is. So we love the global community, and I just love meeting people that I don't know and that I've never met and from different countries. So it's really great. But you do really well. You get gifter number 1 and 2 in no time. And your builder number 2 next to you is so inspired. They also get theirs, and everyone on the board is so excited that it just fills up. And of course, the total in gifts is $800 for this legend. Off the legend goes and starts again on another board. And then you land up in a guide position with ideally your 2 gifters now as the 2 builders below you. And exactly what the name says, this is where you are guiding your builders and teaching them everything that you know, getting them to come to Zoom calls, getting them to do the training, because ideally what will happen is your builders will then get gifter number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I mean, how does it get better than that? So I want you to just take a moment and look at this board. Remember this board. This is the board where your legend is now going to be left because this side is full. So this hemisphere is full, so it's going to split off, but nothing actually happens to this board because we are still waiting for 4 gifters on the other side. So if you are a legend and you think that the board's going to split once there's 4 people on, you are correct, but you are not going to see that. Only the gifters positions 1 to 4 are full, and that hemisphere will split off. So if I just break it down for you, that's the split. So what will happen is you, as the guard, will now become the legend. Your 2 builders will become the guard on either side of you, and your 4 gifters will now become the builders. So that's exactly what it's going to look like. And now you'll see that your 2 builders would obviously be the guards on either side. And when this board splits, one of your guards is going to go somewhere else, and the other one is also going to go somewhere else. And then you're also going to go back to another board and do your perpetual cycle. So even though you travel together, there is a time where you'll split up, and then you just make friends with the community. Somebody said something so beautiful on a call the other day. They said that the board that you land up on is your team for that period of time. And that is so true. And that is how we connect communities and connect with one another and make the change in the world that we wish to see. So you are a legend now. And now it is your time to receive all of that hard work that you've put in, guarding your builders, getting them gifters, and then helping them to do the same. If you can duplicate that process, oh my gosh, you're just going to have so much fun. And now you get to receive. We're just going to say that all of the people that you brought in are really good. They've come to Zoom calls, so you get all 8 gifts. You receive $800. And now what happens to you? You go back to your old board. See, this is the old board. While you were away getting gifted, they managed to get 2 extra gifters. But because it's still empty, it becomes your perpetual board. I mean, isn't that cool? So now we can really say that nobody gets left behind, because as soon as everybody's completed, they come back to that board. The people that they're invited will also assist, or if the board's full, they will still travel underneath you when you become a builder. So that is very, very exciting. So remember, as a legend, or the people on the other side of the board that's not full, you will always return to the same board. The side that is full will be the side that gets a new board. And here is a really cool video clip that will show how the 2 boards split once gifters 1 to 4 and or 5 to 8 have been confirmed. So off goes the legend. The 2 guards now become legends. The builders become guards, and the gifters become builders. So it's really important that we can just see that visually, because it's so difficult to explain otherwise. And I think that's where Chris was drawing on the piece of paper for Regan, where Regan was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to join you anyway. So what's also been introduced now is automatic join. So once you have completed your first bronze board, you will be automatically joined to your silver board. Once you've been confirmed as a gifter on the silver board, you'll be automatically placed onto your bronze board in a perpetual journey. And also, just to let you know, if you ask the legend to take you off that board on the silver board, you will not be able to enter your bronze board again. So it's really, really important that you be a good steward of your gifts, and you make sure to follow the guidelines and go up to the higher boards. Firstly, why wouldn't you want to? I mean, my goodness, the gifts that you get, I'll explain in a second. And secondly, remember, this has been designed for everybody to keep going back, perpetual, over and over again. So that is why we've implemented this. And of course, the same also join will apply to all the boards. So if you're on silver and you've just completed, you will be auto joined to gold. But that is only if you haven't fast tracked before. So remember, we always recommend after your first 4 gifts, go and fast track, secure your place, because it could actually move faster than the board that you were on previously. And just remember that a gifter can no longer remove themselves. Only a legend can do that. But if you get removed too many times, you will have penalties and you won't be able to join a board for 48 hours. So make sure you are ready with your gift. I know some of us really want to peek and see where we could be going next, but why do you want to do that? That's actually just like playing a really funny joke on yourself, because you're teasing yourself for something that you're not ready for. So only join a board when you're ready for it. Okay, so let's just go back to your board. Remember, you've received $800. You would have held back the $400 and hopefully fast tracked to your silver board. And then you're going to hold back, I would always say, your last $100 gift, that gift number 8, hold that one back. And then you can enter your perpetual bronze cycle. But in the first round, the gifts in your pocket are still $300. That's $300 more than you've had for a while. Your perpetual cycle is absolutely awesome, because now you will only have to use $100 of your gifts of the 800 each time you cycle in. And the way that this works is everybody that you've brought in with you will follow you onto your perpetual cycle. So if you want to go faster, bring 2 more people to each bronze board. But if you don't, make sure that the team that's following you is working hard so that they can come and join you on that perpetual journey. And it happens over and over again, like a Ferris wheel, to infinity. Secondly, our silver board. Remember, you're going to go on with $400. Remember, you can fast track. So how cool would it be getting onto a silver board before you finished a bronze board? Everybody that follows you onto the silver will be the same as like your perpetual. It'll be all the people that you've invited. So you don't need to invite anyone when you're on a silver board. If you do invite people on a silver board, they will just go onto the bronze board where you are perpetually cycling, but they will help when you get to silver to push you forward. And when you get to legend, you get 8 times $400, which is $3,200. And how cool is this? 4 times $400 is $1,600. So you can fast track to the gold board after you've received 4 gifts on the silver. And of course, gift number 8, hold back so you can go on your $400 perpetual journey. But the wonderful thing is now you get to keep $1,200. So that will just look after us for a little while longer than $300 for sure. And yay, we get a perpetual cycle. So no longer do you have to keep $1,600 because you're already on the gold board. So each time you get to legend, you will get to keep $2,800 over and over and over again. On our gold board, $1,600 will get you a wonderful position as a gifter. And when you get to legend, you will leave with $12,800. Now you're going to hold back $5,000 for your platinum board. So with the 4 gifts on the left-hand side, we're just $200 short for getting onto platinum. But remember, you've already received on bronze and silver. So you will be able to save that $200. And it'll be way worth your while to get on platinum before you finish your gold. And of course, you keep that 8th gift, the $1,600, to go on your perpetual cycle. But look at that, you get to still keep $6,200 of that, which is a lovely, lovely holiday. It's school fees for a year, can definitely help with credit card debt, anything. It will make stuff go away. Somebody once said to me, pay for your problems to go away. And that sounded so good. So I do that these days. And you get a perpetual cycle. This time around, you get to keep $11,200. So everybody that's followed you from bronze onto silver will also be following you on your journey to gold over and over again. As long as you're gifting that $1,600 each time you go in, you will always be guaranteed to get $11,200 in your pocket on each cycle. And lastly, the 4th and final platinum board, you enter with $5,000. And everybody that's come behind you on the gold, or if you fast tracked, everybody else that's in the mix or also fast track will contribute to the journey. And when you get to legend, you will get $40,000, 8 times 5,000. Wow. What a rush. So you've completed round 1. And now all you need to do is actually save that 8th gift, the $5,000, so that you can go on your perpetual platinum journey. But the gifts in your pocket this time are $35,000. And on your perpetual cycle, you get to keep $35,000 each time that you get to Legend. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So just take a picture of this, because that is a summary of the perpetual cycle. On your bronze board, you get to keep $700 each perpetual cycle. Your silver, $2,800. Your gold, $11,200. And then you get to the $5,000 board, the platinum, which is like 3 times more than your gold. So $35,000 in your pockets to do with whatever you please. So summary of potential gifts. As you cycle the first cycle through your 4 boards, $42,700. Second cycle, your perpetual cycle, which can happen over and over again, just $300 short of $50,000. And my beautiful Petra, back to you.
Oh my goodness. Thanks for that, Candz. I'm listening to you and my chest is just expanding more and more, because I mean, these gifts are potentially life-changing. You know, I went and bought a few goodies today at Pick n Pay and at Discount for anyone that's not in South Africa. Those are just, you know, normal retail stores. So nothing extravagant. And I looked at the bill, I was like, good grief, the price of everything has gone up with the fuel increase. And where do most people get all this extra money from? Definitely not from their normal jobs that aren't giving them increases every time the fuel price goes up. So something like Gift of Legacy just allows you to breathe. It allows you to pay those bills that come up unexpectedly, to settle things, and like you said, to make your problems go away, but also just to live a little bit lighter. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so some activity guidelines. So remember that you gift $100. It's the only time that you take money out of your pocket. You gift it to the legend on the board. The algorithm will let you know who the legend is. You invite 2 like-hearted, like-minded people that you trust and that you know will go on this journey with you and replicate the same, and then you help them do the same. On your perpetual cycle, once you have completed your first cycle, you will be auto-joined to enter the higher board first. Once you have been confirmed there as a gifter, you'll be auto-joined to the board of the same value that you have just completed. Please make sure that you have enough funds. Candz shared a really great way of doing it, is that as your gifts come in, fast track yourself there. So don't go use all of them. I know that sometimes things come up, but make sure that you do whatever you can, that you have those gifts available. It's crucial to our unique algorithm driving the sustainable movement on the gifts and to you. And note that you cannot advance or enter the perpetual cycles unless you have your 2 confirmed invitees. So just have some fun and invite people to join you. So why Gift of Legacy? What makes us unique? So we are user-friendly. There's a unique personal profile, which is informative and easy to use, and everything you need to succeed at your fingertips. There's a fail-safe system. The board splitting, for example, assists in leaving nobody behind, thanks to our perpetual cycle. So really excited about this. Our innovative algorithm, which is absolutely groundbreaking, and takes care of new participants while rewarding the existing participants. Cross-pollination is one of my favorite things here. The first cycle and perpetual boards connect to the global GL community and the pool. So mentioning that we are a global community across the world in about 107 countries. So just remember, you know, that you are going to meet new cultures, new ways of communicating. I mean, I've had some interesting conversations using Google Translate and DeepL, where someone sends me a message and I've got to like, what are they trying to say? So just an encouragement to have fun with it, be patient, you know, have some compassion that we get to know each other and learn each other's cultures as well. Remember, you're not limited to 2 invitees. The requirement is a minimum of 2, but you're not limited to 2. I mean, Candz and myself and so many others have invited multitudes of people. Because it's easy to invite people and speak to people, because you aren't selling anything. You're not harassing them. You're not making a quick buck off of them. So it allows you the ease to just invite people to join you on this journey. There is a community support team that is run by volunteers rather. It's available on giftoflegacy.com at the top of your personal info. So there's a little support button. And we recommend checking through the academy. So before you contact support, please go through the academy, pop in your question and see if the answer's there. Let's give our volunteers some time and space to breathe and not have to answer something that you can find for yourself. So let's empower ourselves by doing that. And then fast track and board splitting. GL has multiple strategies to assist you to move ahead faster, should you wish. And lots of training videos that you can watch on repeat. Okay, so fast tracking. So remember, you don't need extra people here. You've got your 2. Yes, you can invite more, but as long as you've got your 2, you can fast track, which means when you are on your bronze board, automatically the $400 silver board will unlock. So that's why Candz was suggesting that when you receive your first 4 gifts, your first $400 gifts, fast track straight away onto the $400, the silver board. Because as fast tracking implies, you'll be ahead, further ahead, and that board will be moving at the same time that your bronze board is moving. And the same applies for all the others. So if you have the gifts available, please don't join the boards if you don't have the gift ready to gift immediately. Treat this as you want to be treated. So when you're a legend, if someone hops on your board, you are going to be so excited. And the worst that can happen is that person saying, oh, don't have my gift, please give me a week or 12. Doesn't work that way. So please have your gift ready. It's so exciting. You'll experience the same thing. So let's honor each other here and play nice. So same on the $1,600 gold board, and then on the $5,000 platinum, if you just happen to have $5,000 extra lying around, you're welcome to fast track to all of them. Just remember that you can only do them in order. You can't skip a board to go to the next bigger value. So once you are on there, once you're confirmed, then you can fast track to the next higher value board as well. All right, so really, really important here, please, no promoting on social media. Reason being, I'm sure that you all know there are so many scammers out there, and especially in social media, people that are looking for quick opportunities. So peer-to-peer, invite people you trust and that you know have got integrity and good ethics and good standing. So those are the people that you want to play with you in this community. Definitely the people I want to play with. No filling of spaces, which means, you know, we've got 3 beautiful doggies in our home. I could easily create profiles for them, but unless they are willing to bring 2 like-hearted, 2 like-minded individuals that are going to do the same, you know, the onus is on me to invite. So you can create new profiles, but know that you are responsible for inviting another 2 like-hearted, 2 like-minded people for each profile. So please just don't go full of space. It's going to bite you in the butt, and it's not going to help the movement at all for anyone. Be the messenger,
just on that, Petra, sorry to butt in, but just on that, we were actually noticing that a lot of people will take out an extra position as one of their 2. That is not a great idea. If you want to take out positions that are extra for yourself, do so, but get links from other people, other countries, and go play on a completely different board. What is the point of having to gift yourself further down the line? Because what are you getting then? Nothing. It's just a transfer of energy and you confirming yourself. So we really don't recommend taking out a position as one of your 2, because then you've still got to bring 2 more extra for that. If you don't want more positions, absolutely. But yeah, go play in another country. Go play, ask the Spanish for a link, ask the Germans for a link. It's so much more fun doing it like that.
I love that, Candz. Thanks for that. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not sure, chat, you know, ask questions. Ask the person that invited you for advice as well. There are so many beautiful ways to play. To thank you for that. And then be the messenger and not the message. So I know when I first started, I got so excited and I wanted to explain everything. But you know what? Let us do it for you. Don't put that pressure on yourself. And when you don't have visuals to support it and you haven't experienced it all, it's just going to sound so confusing and overwhelming. So just invite people to come. Just say to them, hey, I've joined this beautiful gifting community. Don't you want to come join me on this journey? And that's it. Hop on a call. Attend regular live presentations and watch the recordings. The reason being, we don't just want you just to hang out with us for the sake of hanging out, although it's fun. But you'll stay plugged in. So Candace will say something tonight that if you'd missed tonight and then you missed tomorrow and the next day, in a month's time, you've completely unplugged and you don't remember it. It's almost like archiving those WhatsApp groups on your phone. You archive them, you forget about them. So don't archive Gift of Legacy. Come onto the presentation. So you're staying fresh, you're staying excited and motivated. And then, of course, there is extensive training available. Our brother Regan always says, trained always beats untrained. So add some excitement and training together and you'll be unstoppable. All right, participate in your own rescue. Oh my goodness, I love this. Okay, so it's important to understand that there are no guarantees. Why we say this is because the success or failure of any of us is dependent on our willingness to participate and follow the guidelines of Gift of Legacy. If you're not going to show up and do the minimum and be part of the community, you cannot expect it to miraculously fall in your lap. It remains an individual participant's responsibility also to ensure compliance with the tax laws in your country. I've already spoken to my accountant and asked for advice on how to do this. So please reach out to your tax person, because when you do get all those incredible gifts coming in, make sure that you're doing the honorable thing and pay Caesar what Caesar is due. We're not monitoring anyone, but again, this is why we're inviting ethical, like-hearted, like-minded people to join us here. So Gift of Legacy, just remember, is a decentralized platform with no third-party affiliation, ownership, or partnership. So hence, not a pyramid scheme. If you are joining Gift of Legacy via a third party or part of a package, you do so at your own risk. Gift of Legacy is 100% peer-to-peer. So in other words, from me to you, you to the next person, and no funds ever get paid to the platform. Gifts are always given to a Gift of Legacy participant and only gifted to the legend when landing on the board. So the algorithm lets us know who we need to gift. So there's no human manipulation in the game, which is cool.
Okay, so just a recap of the updates or the new features. We've got that notification bell that just lets you know if there's messages on your boards. So you can just go in there and have a look. We've got our graciously giving movement donate button, which those of you that don't know, GGM, Graciously Givers Movement, is our NPO. And this NPO keeps GL afloat. We had no idea that the cost of GL per month would be $15,000 to $25,000 a month. So it just really depends. Of late, it's been more of the higher because of all the extras that we've got going and all the things that we've still got to come. So we really urge you, if you can even just give $1, just from me saying that for the last week, we've collected $1,001 over the last 4 days. So that dollar really can go a long way. Then we've also got our Love Heart sign up button. Petra will go through this in a little bit more detail, but I just love this because I made a promise to myself that every time I receive gifts, I would like to take out one Love Heart position for somebody that needs assistance that can't necessarily join into Gift of Legacy, or for a charity that I love. For me, it's animals. Also, soup kitchens are really good, especially now in winter in South Africa. So Petra will go through that in a little bit more detail just now. Then we've got board chat. Like I said, it's not used enough, but when it is, it's really, really great. I've had a wonderful time on some of my boards with such beautiful people and such lovely messages. Like I said, get into the habit of just going on and putting a beautiful message for the day, because somebody will look at it and you will make somebody smile. And I mean, there's nothing better than that. There's also, if you're a legend, there's a welcome message at the top. There's 3 points that just give you basic guidelines, but you can actually take those away or add to them and give a little welcome message. What I normally say is, hi, everybody. I'm so grateful and pleased to have you on my board. For all new gifters, you can reach me on my preferred method of contact, which is WhatsApp. Otherwise, I can be found on Telegram and email. Please make sure to reach out to me as soon as you get on the board, because if I don't hear from you, I will reach out. And if I still don't hear from you, I'm going to remove you to allow for the flow of abundance to come into my board. And there was a lady that was on a board that I was on for 2 months. It was just one gifter all alone. And I actually said on the board chat, if she's not going to do anything, rather remove her, because by letting her sit there for the longest time, you're not allowing the flow. And I promise you, they removed her. And I went onto that board today, and there's 3 new gifters. And there wasn't any movement for the longest time. So really use that board chat. Then there's also Whisper. So if you didn't want to speak publicly, you just click on somebody's name that's on the left-hand column, or you can actually just put a hyphen, their name, and then they will get the Whisper, and that's just a private message. Remember, board splitting when gifters 1 to 4 or 5 to 8 are full, the original board that you are on is not going to go away. So if you're a legend or there's still open spots where you are going to see the same board. If your side of the board is filled with 4 gifters, that is the side that's going to split away and get their own board created. There's now compulsory auto joining of boards, and only the legend can remove gifters. Then we've got our support button, which has been moved to the top of the personal profile. And now for those people that did migrate with us, all of the cross-pollinators now have graciously givers movements positions as their inviters, just to help with the movement and the flow, and allow for us to carry on paying our amazing developer so that we can just have this program in tip-top shape all of the time. So take a picture of this. Oops. Take a picture of this. It is our schedule for the week. On Mondays, we've got Motivation Monday. On Tuesdays and Thursday, we've got the presentation like we've just done. On a Wednesday, it's generally orientation, which is training. But sometimes training can sound a little bit hectic for people that are new to it. And, whatever training we do is really fun and interactive, and it just gives you more peace of mind in order to be successful at Gift of Legacy. And then on Fridays, we actually unpack different topics. Tomorrow, I've got RV, who's coming to chat with myself and Alan. I'm very excited for this because this is something that's close to my heart. He is going to be explaining common law and a whole lot of very interesting stuff that's probably going to shock a lot of people and open up a can of worms. But we're a community that wants to change lives. And we've already seen that there's an alternative way to look after ourselves from a money perspective. So I think that there's enough people that will have enough of an open mind to receive this. And this coming Monday, we've got Mia back due to popular demand. She's got something wonderful that she's going to chat to us about. So very exciting things coming. And then, of course, you'll see on the right, you've got the Afrikaans, Zulu, Asia, Spanish, German, and then so many more languages. So if you need any information, you can just reach out to the person that invited you, and they'll put you in the right direction. These are our 3 Telegram channels. I would really suggest joining them. The community and the info only have both become info only because there were so many people on there, and very difficult to moderate over 25,000 people on a Telegram group. But my absolute favorite, and one that I would really suggest that everyone joins, is our Gift of Legacy testimonial group, because that is where you get to hear from real people that have experienced the abundance journey, and they have ridden the boards of abundance and received. And it's just a lovely, lovely channel to go and join, because you'll see that they're real people. No one's been paid. It's not adverts or anything like that. So also a lovely group to get your invitees to join before they even come on to Gift of Legacy. And then over to you, Petra. You can explain our beautiful, beautiful initiative.
Thank you. This is Mary Jane, and it's her 13th birthday today. So she's just hopped in to say hi. Okay, so, oh my goodness, I love this so much. So Gift of Legacy, GGM, and Love Heart. So Gift of Legacy participants who have successfully invited your 2 like-hearted invitees can now sponsor a cause that's close to your heart. So if it's a church, a caregiver, soup kitchen, animal welfare organization, orphanage, whatever it is, even your domestic or gardener, you know, there's always someone or a place or a cause that we want to help. But the pressure previously was thinking, okay, if I start a profile for them, I need to now go find another two like-hearted, two like-minded people. So with your love heart position, you don't have to worry about finding additional people. So just your two. And then you can recommend or sponsor in another love heart position that you'll be, that you can sponsor. So this position will be sponsored by you. You can just click on that, which is ggmovement.org/love heart, and a form will pop up where you populate it with all the details of the cause or the person, whatever it is that you're wanting to start this love heart position for. And then if you are wanting to donate to GGM, which is Candz explained is the nonprofit, the NPO, that supports and funds Gift of Legacy for this incredible developer to keep making these security changes and upgrades. If you want to donate your $1 at least there, then pop into ggmovement.org/donate. So either /donate or /love heart. So please join us. This is so much fun. I've sponsored a whole lot of other causes in already for humans and the animals, and cannot wait till they are legends and they start receiving. So, it just gives me goosebumps. So really encourage you to do the same. So a nice little incentive for you to get your two like-hearted, like-minded people.
So thank you so much for being here. Like I said, if you'd like to know more, make sure to stay in touch with the person that invited you. I come from experience where the first person that invited me, I said yes to. Then I started asking around. I got rejected. Then I said no to her. And then 8 other people came to me and asked me about the same thing. And I thought, well, this is a message. I got to start listening. But I decided to go back to the first person because she was the one that introduced me. She was the one that actually got my heart to open. The 8 other people were just going, hello, you missed the boat. Better go find it again. So I went back to her, and I think it's always really important that you stick with the people that invited you, because your success is only as good as the people that you bring in with you. So just remember that. If you want to go join other teams because they look cooler or they say they're moving faster, only you can be the one that's successful by the people you bring in underneath you. It doesn't matter who you join. It's the people that are underneath you that are going to drive you through the boards, like I explained earlier. So Petra, it's been a pleasure, and we did it in under an hour. I mean, how does it get better than that?
Thanks, my Candz. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. And thanks to everyone for joining us. And if this is your first time watching, please go back and honor the person that invited you by asking them the questions. Please don't just ghost them. They trusted you enough to invite you to come. So do them that honor.
Perfect. And then one more thing, Chris is actually doing a live presentation next week, Tuesday in Bryanston. So just watch out for the flyer. But that's going to be quite fun. I don't think he's ever done that before. So yeah, that's going to be 6:30 for 7 in Bryanston. And I'm sure it'll be a lovely get together as well. I'm sure it's not just a live presentation. We had the pleasure, myself and Petra had the pleasure of actually going to that same venue when I was in Joburg a few months back, and we had a wonderful turnout. It was a lovely evening, and the venue is beautiful. And of course, the people that you meet are all like-hearted and like-minded. So please, if you are in the area, make sure to go. And otherwise, we will see you tomorrow night at 8:00 with myself and Ellen, and of course, our guest speaker, Arby. So have a beautiful evening. We love you so much. Without you, there's nothing. So thank you all for always being here.
Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed evening or day, wherever you are. Love you, my Candz.
Love you too. Mwah.